All right, let's dive in. Today we're going to explore the bond between humans and animals, specifically pets.
That's right. We're talking about a fascinating area, where the science is actually starting to catch up with what a lot of us have already felt for years.
Yeah, I love my pets, but we're going to go way beyond that.
Exactly.
And uncover some truly surprising benefits
Absolutely.
of having a pet.
Yeah.
So, our source for today is Where Love Finds Its Paws. This book is packed with research that's going to challenge your assumptions. I have to admit, some of these findings even blew my mind.
Oh, I think you'll be particularly interested in the section on the gut microbiome.
Okay, now,
You probably know that gut health is linked to so many things, immunity, even mood.
right.
But did you know that owning a pet can actually diversify your gut bacteria?
Really?
Yeah,
It's like having a furry little probiotic?
pretty much.
So we're not just talking about snuggles and walks in the park here. We're talking about potentially impacting our overall health.
Exactly. And at a microscopic level. And when you think about all of the research that's going into the gut microbiome these days, it makes you wonder what else is there to discover about this connection.
That's pretty amazing. And speaking of things we're just beginning to understand, the source also dives into this thing called heart rate variability, HRV, right?
Yes, HRV. It's basically a measure of the variation in time between each heartbeat.
Okay.
And higher variability is actually a good thing. It means that your nervous system is really adaptable
Okay.
and can respond well to stress.
So where do pets factor into all of this?
Well, there are studies that show that interacting with pets or even just watching fish swim in an aquarium can actually increase your HRV,
Oh, wow.
which suggests that pets can really help us to regulate stress and to improve our cardiovascular health.
Interesting. So it's more than just the exercise we get from walking a dog or playing fetch.
Right?
There's something about just being around a pet that seems to have this, calming effect.
That's right. And the source also talks about the hormonal changes that happen when we interact with pets, speaking of stress reduction.
Oh, yeah, let's get into that, because stress is something we all deal with on a daily basis. I mean, could a pet really be the key to, a more balanced, relaxed life?
There's a lot of evidence to support that idea. For example, did you know that petting a dog can actually trigger the release of oxytocin?
Oxytocin.
Right.
The love hormone.
The love hormone, exactly.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I definitely feel a sense of calm when I'm petting my dog. But it's really fascinating to know, the science behind that. What else is going on hormonally?
Well, interacting with pets has also been shown to decrease cortisol, which is our primary stress hormone. And at the same time, it can increase levels of things like dopamine and serotonin,
Oh, interesting.
which are neurotransmitters associated with pleasure and happiness.
So basically, hanging out with our pets is it's like a natural mood booster. I mean, I knew there was a reason I felt good after a cuddle session with my cat. But this makes me wonder, could pets also have a positive impact on, more serious conditions? I'm talking anxiety, depression.
That's a great question, and it's one that researchers are actively exploring. And the source highlights several studies that suggest that pets can actually play a therapeutic role in managing these conditions. It's still kind of an emerging field, but the initial findings are really promising.
Yeah, that is promising. This is all incredibly fascinating, but let's shift gears a bit. One thing that's been on my mind, the source mentions that pets can actually help prevent allergies in children. I gotta admit, I was pretty skeptical about that one.
I understand the skepticism, but it's actually backed by a growing body of research. It seems that early exposure to pets and, all the microbes that they carry can help train a child's immune system to be less reactive to allergens.
Wow, so it's like the opposite of what I always thought. I always thought having pets around would actually make allergies worse.
Right.
But it sounds like the opposite might be true.
Exactly. And, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the gut microbiome. Exposure to a diverse range of microbes, whether they're from pets or the environment, seems to be really crucial for building a strong and resilient immune system.
Okay, that's a serious aha moment for me.
Right.
So we talked about how pets are good for our hearts, stress levels, gut health, even our immune systems. But I think there's another aspect to this whole pet-human bond that we haven't touched on yet.
You're right.
The social aspect.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
I have a feeling I'm going to like where this is going.
I think you will.
Yeah.
It's easy to think of pets as, purely for our benefit.
Right.
But the truth is, it's really a two-way street.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the loving companionship we get from our pets is undeniable, right?
Right.
But what does the research say about the, social impact of pets on humans?
Well, where love finds its paws, it actually cites a number of studies that show pet owners tend to be more socially engaged and have stronger community ties. It's like, pets provide a natural bridge for connecting with others.
I've definitely noticed that. I mean, just walking my dog down the street,
Right.
it opens up all these opportunities for conversation.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how quickly that shared love for animals can kind of break down social barriers.
Exactly. And it's not just about those casual encounters either. Think about dog parks, pet adoption events, even, online forums dedicated to specific breeds.
Oh, yeah.
These are all communities that are built around this shared passion for pets. And, they can provide a real sense of belonging and support for many people.
That makes a lot of sense. But I'm also thinking about people who are, more socially isolated. Seniors, individuals with disabilities. Could pets play a role in, combating loneliness for those folks?
Absolutely. The source actually highlights several studies that show pets can have a profound impact on reducing loneliness and improving overall well-being for these groups. That unconditional love, the companionship of a pet, can be incredibly powerful.
It's like having a furry little therapist.
Right. Always there to listen. No judgment. And the benefits go beyond just emotional support, too. For seniors, having a pet can encourage them to, stay more active.
Right.
Which is great for their physical health.
Sure.
And then for individuals with disabilities, a service animal can provide just invaluable assistance, and independence, opening up a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah, this is all incredibly heartwarming. But I think, before we get too carried away with all the amazing things pets bring to our lives, we should acknowledge that pet ownership isn't, always sunshine and rainbows.
You're absolutely right. It's really crucial to go into pet ownership with a realistic understanding of what's involved.
Exactly. And that's where love finds its paws really shines, I think. It dedicates a whole chapter to this idea of responsible pet ownership, covering everything from basic care to dealing with behavioral issues.
Right, and one of the points the source emphasizes is how important it is to match your lifestyle and personality with the right pet. It's not just about picking the cutest puppy or kitten, it's about finding a companion that will thrive in your home environment.
I love that. The source doesn't shy away from the tougher aspects of pet ownership either.
Right.
Dealing with accidents, training challenges, even, the eventual heartbreak of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that these are living creatures, right?
Yeah.
With their own needs and emotions.
Yeah.
And we have a responsibility to take care of them properly.
Absolutely. And speaking of needs, let's get into the specific needs of different types of pets. The source has a really helpful breakdown of everything, like dietary considerations, exercise needs, depending on the species.
Okay, let's start with dogs. What are some key things potential dog owners should know?
Well, one thing the source stresses is understanding breed characteristics. Some breeds are more energetic and need a lot of exercise.
Right.
Others are fine with a leisurely stroll around the block.
So it's not just about how much space you have, it's about how much time and energy you're willing to put in.
Exactly. And beyond physical needs, dogs are social creatures. So providing them with opportunities for play, training, socialization, that's all important.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, what about cats? They have a reputation for being more independent, right?
To some extent, but they still need plenty of attention and enrichment. And, one thing the source emphasizes is giving them vertical space.
Oh, like climbing trees and shelves.
Yeah, to satisfy those natural instincts.
And scratching posts.
Lots of scratching posts, otherwise your furniture will become a jungle gym.
Right.
And while they might not need as much structured exercise as dogs, they do enjoy those play sessions that engage their hunting instinct.
Feathery toys, laser pointers, sometimes even a simple cardboard box can provide hours of entertainment for a cat.
That's right. Now let's move on to a totally different category. Fish. I know. They might not be as cuddly as a puppy or a kitten,
Right.
but they can be wonderful companions.
Oh, and they definitely have their perks. Low maintenance, quiet, mesmerizing to watch.
Right. But when you're setting up a fish tank, there are some key things to consider.
Okay.
And the source goes into great detail about creating a healthy and balanced ecosystem, like Choosing the right size tank, filtration system, even the types of plants and substrate, it all matters.
So it's a lot more to it than just, filling a bowl with water and dropping in a goldfish.
You got it. Fish are sensitive creatures. Their environment needs to be carefully monitored to ensure their well-being.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Whether it's a dog, cat, fish, any type of pet, it seems like responsible ownership comes down to understanding their unique needs.
Yeah.
And making a commitment to meet those needs.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of commitment, let's talk about what might be the most challenging part of pet ownership.
Uh-oh.
Dealing with behavioral issues.
Oh yeah, I think every pet owner has experienced that at some point. Whether it's, chewing, barking, scratching, potty training mishaps, those unwanted behaviors, they can be so frustrating.
Absolutely. And the source actually offers some really practical advice on how to address these issues, in a humane and effective way. And it really emphasizes the importance of positive reinforcement training, consistency, and understanding the root cause of the behavior.
One thing I really appreciate about Where Love Finds Its Paws is it doesn't offer those quick fixes, miracle solutions.
Right.
It acknowledges that dealing with these issues takes time and patience.
Absolutely.
And a willingness to learn and adapt.
Yeah, sometimes it might even require professional help from a veterinarian or a certified animal behaviorist.
It's a good reminder that, we're not alone in this.
Yeah.
There are resources to help us navigate the challenges and make sure that both us and our pets can thrive.
Exactly. And I think that leads perfectly into our final point, the importance of saying goodbye.
Oh, this is the part no pet owner wants to think about. But it's an inevitable reality. And, the source handles it with a lot of sensitivity. It really does. It acknowledges the deep grief and loss, but it also offers guidance on how to cope with those emotions. One thing I found really helpful was the section on preparing children for the loss of a pet.
Yes. Such an important topic.
It's just so hard.
The source provides some age-appropriate ways to explain death to children and to help them process their feelings. It encourages open communication, allowing children to grieve in their own way.
It's a good reminder that, even though saying goodbye is so heartbreaking, it's also an opportunity to teach children about the cycle of life and the importance of, cherishing the time we have with our loved ones, both human and animal.
So as we wrap up this segment, it's clear that responsible pet ownership, it's a multifaceted journey.
It really is.
Understanding your pet's needs, providing proper care, addressing those behavioral challenges, even navigating the difficult emotions that come with loss.
It's a commitment, but the rewards are immeasurable.
And I think that leads perfectly into our final segment where we'll explore the impact pets have on our well-being, even in the face of adversity.
Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into some truly inspiring stories of resilience and the healing power of that bond. All right, so welcome back. We've talked about the science, the practicalities of pet ownership, but now I want to get into something a little bit different.
Yeah, let's talk about the deep impact pets can have on our well-being, even, when things get tough.
Right, because Where Love Finds Its Paws shares some truly amazing stories of resilience, about the healing power pets can bring into our lives.
Definitely.
What kind of stories are we talking about here?
Well, there's one about a veteran struggling with PTSD who found a lot of comfort in a rescue dog. Before the dog, he was really withdrawn, isolated, haunted by his experiences. But the dog's love, just being there, helped him reconnect with the world and find joy again.
It makes you think about how animals can connect with us on a different level, they sense what we need, even when we don't.
Exactly. And there's another story about a young girl with autism who found a way to communicate, really connect, through her bond with a therapy horse.
Wow.
Before the horse, she really struggled to express herself, but through grooming, riding, caring for the horse, she developed confidence and connection. It changed her life.
These stories are incredible. It seems like pets can meet us right where we are and help us heal in ways we never imagined.
That's the thing about the human-animal bond. It's powerful. It goes beyond words, logic.
Right.
It's this primal connection. Reminds us what we're capable of, love, compassion, resilience.
It makes you wonder if we haven't taken these connections for granted. In a world that's so busy, so tech-driven, maybe we need these furry, feathered, scaled friends even more.
I think you're right. We often focus on independence. But pets show us it's okay to need others, to rely on them for comfort. And in a world that can feel so isolating, they offer this constant love and acceptance.
It's like they give us permission to let our guard down a little bit, to be ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's an amazing gift. So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I'm in awe of these incredible creatures. They really do make our lives so much richer.
I completely agree. I hope our conversation has helped you appreciate just how much pets can impact our well-being. Maybe even consider welcoming one into your life.
Right. But remember, it's a big decision. It takes research, careful thought, and commitment to being a responsible pet owner.
That's right.
So for those of you already sharing your lives with pets, I hope this deep dive has given you an even deeper appreciation for them.
Absolutely.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
That's right.
They chase the ball with all their might. These happy souls in playful roles fill every day with pure delight. Snuggles on the couch so warm, a furry head upon your knee, the gentle thump of happy thump, a purring symphony. Contentment sighs in loving eyes, a bond that's strong and true. These furry friends